Thank you very much, Alex. Yes, we are standing by and we are ready to go. And Hugo, we just saw a pretty convincing turnaround from G2 there. Once again, kind of similar to yesterday, right? Where maybe they start off a bit hit and miss and then they grind their way back into it. I feel like this is all the makings of another close series. And I feel like it's maybe going to be a bit of a reoccurring trend with these Na'Vi games. It does feel like, you know, especially over on their opponents' map picks, we've seen them struggling a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I think you know, I like what you say when you say Na'Vi games are going to be close. I think all these groups, all these games in this group are going to be close.
That's very true. I think Group C is definitely the most stacked group. And I mean, it wasn't, I don't even think it was meant to be like, you know, when we first looked at it, they all looked pretty even. I think it's till we've seen these teams play that we've realized how competitive this group is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. It certainly looked like that on day one, and a 16-14 to start off day two of Group C is only adding to our theories. Let's get into train though, Harry, where things really heat up now. G2 with a chance to take a 2-0 victory, but knowing Na'Vi's tenure on this map, will it be so easy? I doubt it. Edward on the P250, Zeus Electronic playing util, and Lucky's got the kit. Very heavy B setup here for G2 at the start. Na'Vi are looking to lurk down Ivy. They have a B player to watch for the aggression. That's simple. The bomb as well in the halls could either go pop dog or back off towards T-Con here for the side of Na'Vi. It looks to be an A play with Zeus dropping into pop, but Kenny is there ready and waiting.
Yeah, Kenny might have his work cut out for him here, though, if they do decide to go for the drop. You've got flashbangs on Zeus if they wanted to go for it, but instead, you've got your options open here if you're Na'Vi, right? Based on what you see, you could decide to throw in maybe this wraparound in through CT spawn. And with that smoke falling down towards Ivy, that looks to be the call. Simple. Able to find the first man, won't check close, and that's going to betray him. The bait and switch that Lucky and Kenny are running there yields a result, and Lucky's in with a quick double. So together, him and Amanek have held down this B bomb site. Shocks. And Amanek able to mop up the flank nice and easy. And G2 getting off to a good start here as they pick up the pistol round on their CT side of trade.
Yeah, Na'Vi not ready for that triple B setup. And even though G2, they look to get aggressive on B with only one man, he gets taken down straight away. And it's just the lack of checking at the back of the bomb site for Na'Vi that will lose them that. They rotate the bomb in safely. They have the flank in that should have been able to shut down the retake, but no retake needed when you got a triple B stack for G2. Na'Vi's money gone for now as they sit with the full eco. Couple of Deegs, that's about it here for this T side as G2 look to start things off with a bang. A 2-0 ahead of them. Jax will even open up as Flamey attempts to drop into the pop dog. Electronic tagged early on as well. This bomb outside of B for Zeus, but desperate times here for Na'Vi. They've got one flashbang to get them into this bomb site, and with how close Luck is playing, he doesn't want to be giving them the opportunity to get a plant, to get that extra money. So the flash into the pop dog, Na'Vi going back towards A, but this is where Jax can really start to make money.
Oh, he's on for the ace. Oh, not going to get it. But yeah, no more kills should come through now for Na'Vi. And they won't. Sometimes that's just how it goes, Hugo.
Yeah.
Sometimes what we expect to happen happens.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. Who knew? A 2-0 lead for the G2 squad, but now we have the first buy on the cards over in the Na'Vi side of things. And they will look a bit limited on Electronic and Simple because they picked up pistols in the round prior, so they're limited in their utility, but not really the end of the world. It's a pretty decent first buy. It is the bonus round in response from G2.
Ooh, look at this push though. Shocks is hungry. No flashbangs needed. He'll just take down Electronic early. Flash keeps these T's back from trading and gives Shocks the route to fall back towards this A site. He's got to wait out the spam. Once Na'Vi go for the reload now, that's when Shocks will back off safely. Na'Vi, that's an awkward way to lose the first fight. Nothing to telegraph that push from Shocks. No utility behind it. So Na'Vi certainly get caught off guard, and they're not done with this. G2 still want to get aggressive despite this man advantage, and Jax is pushed close towards T-Con. He may even go inside. No flash here again. No info for Na'Vi. Flamey's holding the angle. Oh, but the timing, he switches weapons, still gets the kill. 1 HP left on him as the dink comes through for Jax. Unfortunate way to lose a fight there, but now Na'Vi have been given an avenue back into this round.
Amanek holding close is certainly going to be checked by Simple. Does get some damage off before he goes down. And Sharks, all it's going to take is a few well-placed shots through this smoke, but they're boosting over the top of it. He hears a footstep there, so surely he hears a little like squish noise of getting on someone's head.
That is a disgusting noise.
That is literally the noise it makes. It's like their head is made out of mush when you stand on it. There's no skull in there. It's just flesh. And Zeus is a man more machine than flesh and blood right now. He's able to open up this round once again for Na'Vi. In with his second, he's dropped Kenny S, and now Lucky sneaking out through connector will get spotted. Na'Vi in with their first round nice and early.
Yeah, one on the T side straight away. It was the bonus from G2, of course, so SMGs were still prevalent on that CT side. I like the attempted aggression, but not working out too well either way. They can go for one more eco, get that buy up in the follow-up. You can see the money's a bit spread. Shocks and Lucky on 5. Kenny on Amanek on 2 or 3. Oh, they will go for the buy. Wow, this is a big investment from G2 and not a lot behind it. Jax is saving. Everyone else has gone for the full investment. 2 Augs and a shotgun. Not the Mag 7, so Harry's going to be a bit triggered, but up towards Ivy, that shotgun sits. RV got to deal with this B aggression. Shocks is trying to take an early fight again, but getting tagged down by Edward. He will retreat to the safety of this site. Na'Vi looking to go for A smokes here. 4 players on this A site, though.
Kenny trying to set Amanek up for this peak down in Ivy. Now, no one there for the Na'Vi side of things, so won't matter all too much, but Kenny could be in danger of getting caught out with this flashbang at the ready, so does have to now bear in mind that this main push is looking to come through from Na'Vi. Lucky is good for one, but Flamey on the entry. Oh, getting tagged out, able to readjust, deals with another. It's only Shocks remaining. He's good for one, but now backing away. And this will just be the save from the man at the helm of G2. He's got to back off. We're already seeing some great stuff, though, from the likes of Flamey, from the likes of Edward in these rounds, right? Zeus had a couple in the round prior. Nuke in the beginning did feel a lot more like the Simple show, and then you had Electronic to rise up alongside him. You know, if you think about yesterday, Na'Vi, it was a pretty strong performance across the board.
Especially from Simple, though.
Yeah, I think he was like plus 50, and the next nearest was plus 15.
Oof.
Which,
pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, in a lot of ways, if Simple is showing us time and time again that he's very comfortable in the star role and that he can keep these performances up. It's not like your average player where you look at it and you go, but can he keep delivering
Yeah,
this?
can he consistently do this?
Yeah, the problem with Simple is he really does defy the odds in that he pretty much always does it.
Every game.
Maybe, bar any time they play Astralis. That's like the one team
that's when you see him go
against.
like 15 and 15 or something sometimes, you know. And if that's a bad performance, Harry, well, that's a good showing. But Na'Vi, they're going to need a better one here if they want to take this to 3 maps. Already 2 on the T side, broken the cache of G2. Fast Ivy play, Simple with the SMG, getting dinked early on. Got to be careful here, send his teammates in first to mop up these frags. But while Na'Vi have deep Ivy, they don't want to actually commit to it. They'd rather wait for contact to be made elsewhere. As Zeus tries to find a pick out on A. Kenny S spots him. Zeus awaits. Ooh. G2 heavily stacked on A. All 5 players really within this bomb site to some degree. So Na'Vi have to be very, very cautious and careful. That they are being. Great damage by Electronic with that Mag 10. Finds 2 down Ivy. Molly in the pop dog. That'll keep Jax contained. He can't fight. Edward falls on him. And Na'Vi take a clean, flawless, in fact, anti-eco. No hassle for them. But G2 will be back in with the buy despite Na'Vi's early T-side start.
Yeah, getting that AWP out for G2 feels pretty paramount here to fielding a good CT side, right? Kenny sitting 0-4 right now, finally has that AWP in hand into round number 6. And so now we get to see if that could be the difference maker for G2 here, right? He's yet to grace the scoreboard, so let's see if this AWP is the turnaround that G2 needed. Whew, almost. Simple getting boosted over the top of the smoke, but there's the aggression, and Flamey is there to quell it very, very quickly. Jax's aggressive push doesn't yield any results for the G2 squad. Oh, but there's Kenny gracing the scoreboard, gets his first kill of the game, and it's on to Flamey. So gets that trade, gets revenge for Jax. Smoke gonna fall, and this allows for the CT push. Maybe we could see a B split here. I mean, even if we're able to get Zeus set up, that would be massive, but Shox might have something to say about it.
Yeah, shuts down one. Do they know a second man's here? They're certainly keeping their eyes trained, but Electronic catches one through the smoke, and it goes and gets down to 12 HP, but still stands strong. Doesn't expect the late Ivy lurk, and why would he? Down to 4 HP as he retreats through the Molotov. Simple won't be able to catch him in time, and that Molly holding Simple back from going for the push. Now trying to flash his teammate out of T-Con. Edward will go. But Na'Vi, they need kills and they need them fast. 40 seconds on the clock. Simple just waits for his teammate to set him up with a flashbang. Gets out into the site. Kenny forced off with the utility. Spot from Simple and he hits a shot. No armor for Kenny. He's been removed. Lucky as well. And it's Amanek, who was down on Ivy earlier on. He's full flanked through the CT spawn to come through Pop Dog. They might not expect this.
They don't, but Edward, missed shot from the last man left for G2, and that will be Na'Vi securing another. From what was a 2v3, they're able to win it out and keep both players alive. So a great recovery there from Edward and Simple.
Again, G2 broken, at least for now. Their money is gone, Harry, and nothing behind it, not even armor. They'd rather get those AWPs up in the next. Loss bonus starting to look pretty fantastic for G2, if anything. Trying to look on the bright side here. But Navi's T side is certainly looking to be strong. Simple, oh, it gets dinged. Not going to be a problem though, still hits a shot to Jax. Now, however, having to rely on the rest of his teammates to pick up the pieces. He's done his job, he's too low to fight. We'll just be chilling in spawn with a bomb for the time being as the rest of Na'Vi look for opening kills, or in fact wait for the aggression from G2, because down a man and on pistols, Na'Vi can afford to be patient.
Yeah, here they know that G2 don't really have any stake in this round, right? So they just don't want to let them find any damage from these pistols. And now that they've secured a further man advantage, they find themselves in the 5-on-3. They're going to try and hit this B side of the map with Edward, and he will get caught off guard by the double stack, but he gets the information that this is where the majority of G2 lie. It will be everyone there. So the bomb goes down inside of A. Lucky, likely going to look to try and hold on to this AK, but the pistol players can throw themselves at this bomb site and see if they can remove any of these weapons. It's not looking likely, though. Not looking great. And you've even got Zeus kind of prodding a bit, trying to take this one AK from the hands of G2. But it looks like Lucky should avoid them. Oh, nice shot from Kenny. Despite being only on 6 HP, he's able to get an AK for himself. So actually a pretty decent save from G2 in this round.
I do like how Na'Vi plays that Antico, though. Very, very safely, right? Not risking too much. They get the early pick and then just Edward out towards B after about 30 seconds of not taking any fights, knowing that G2, if they're not given fights, they're probably just going to go stack a bomb site. And they do, down towards B. Edward gets the info. It costs him his life, but that info allows his team to plant on A, and that will be another round for Na'Vi. 5-2 on the T side of Train, their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, already you've kind of hit the bank of rounds that we often say is kind of enough. Or maybe not enough, but maybe like the minimum that you would expect, right? Yeah. They're already there, and they're only 7 rounds in. So as we head into the 8th, anything else they can get is a great little bonus on top. And as we've highlighted time and time again, that money for G2 is a real problem. Being over on the CT side, that loss bonus, even when it's banked up, isn't really enough to sustain a buy every single round. So you don't have that to fall back on. You end up in these situations where you lose and then you have to partially invest, and then if you lose that, then you get a full buy, but you just kind of rinse, repeat that cycle if you're not able to pick any up. So it almost feels like every round at this point for Na'Vi, if they're able to pick it up, becomes a 2-for-1 almost. As long as no weapons are saved on the G2 side of things.
Kenny flashed off on B. We still have Lucky here. That wasn't spotted by Na'Vi, and Amanek ready to swing upon next contact. So Kenny stays here, goes back for more, and Electronic will walk right into the jaws of the beast. Lucky retreating after that pick. G2 going to fully rotate off of B. Na'Vi will hear them back off, but they don't know whether they've left B or have just fallen back into a more passive setup. So some info for Na'Vi, but it can also be deceiving at the same time. G2 fully rotate towards A, leaving Lucky here alone. The man with utility at the helm of this B site. He might need to use it as well. Nades are flying in and the smoke coming down towards close ramp to deny Na'Vi this push. Jack's getting flashed in the pop dog. Na'Vi do want to hit this B bomb site, but their early utility has only forced another rotate over from G2. And with 2 players inside of pop here for G2, they're going to have a really fast flank. Na'Vi can't really dedicate a player to watching the backline with only having 4 up on this T side. So this setup for G2 is going to become very, very powerful.
It does rely on these players inside of the B bomb site, though, being able to hold their ground, right? If they fall immediately, mainly Lucky, right? If he goes down straight away, these rotations are going to struggle to come through because Kenny is playing all the way back. And he does fall immediately. Kenny might go down afterwards here, gets caught out in the open. And so this wraparound, Simple will have his eye trained in on it, very aware of the possibility, and they get smited down. It looked like all the pieces of the puzzle were there, Hugo. But Na'Vi just landing their shots and getting into that bomb site. It all falls apart. Shock's now looking to try and save this AWP. And even as they are able to save a few of these guns, it's not really much to hold on to, right, if you are G2 at this point in time. Eventually, you need to convert something to a round win because Na'Vi now sitting 6-2 up. You can get a buy if you hold on to that AWP. On the back of losing it now, it's a bit more unlikely. You imagine just the partial investment here. Maybe a hero rifle over on Lucky.
Hero rifle on the CT side, though, that's desperation. It's great for the T side to try and find opening kills and weaken a bomb site to allow for a plant, but on the CT side, it's far easier to avoid if you are Na'Vi. Let's see what they've gone for. Just pistols and armor. Lucky's just going to save the money for the future. We've got smokes for B. But Na'Vi, they're feeling confident. Look at this from Electronic. He has a spawn, he plays the timing, and he gets out inside of that A bomb site. In the meantime, G2 get aggressive, but it is spotted. Flamey gets the info. No kill. Dinked to 1 HP is Lucky, or tagged rather. Edward doesn't expect the second play because Lucky ran back, and so they never saw Shock sneak out from underneath. Electronic has to open up on this A site, and he's done a good job for what? Can he double it? Low HP is Jax, finished off by the AWP, and now Kenny S finding one with a Deagle. This round is falling apart for Na'Vi in a situation where it never really should have.
Yeah, this was just pistols for the most part on the side of G2. They had a few players with armor, but that was really it. Simple catches the timing onto Lucky, but it's not without a price. He gets brought down lower. Now this flank from Shocks could be so valuable to G2, but Electronic, he starts having his suspicions. Kenny's going to go barreling through that Molotov, trying to set Na'Vi off by this pace. And it just misses the timing onto Simple. Does manage to pick it up, and now Electronic 1v1 at 40 seconds, and the bomb up on top of the bomb train. Electronic gets caught out in the open, and Kenny with the 1v2. Phenomenal round from him to pick that up for the side of G2 in a round that they'd put very little into.
Yeah, Kenny's first kill as well was down Ivy killing Zeus, who was splitting that A bomb site, while Electronic was finding opening kills from his earlier Olaf push. That kill from Kenny is huge. It shuts down Na'Vi's split, their crossfire within A. And what a huge round from the armorless pistol player to save G2. 3 on the CT side. I say save, I mean they're still down by half of that of Na'Vi. Not what they would have wanted. Early nades on A, no damage from either side. And Kenny S playing very aggressive. Close towards T-Con. Lucky's even spotted some B presence as well, so he'll have to give that up with a smoke by his side. Na'Vi looking to go immediately into this bomb site, but they have got Molotovs on the side of G2 to try and delay this. Shock throws out his final smoke. Lucky still has one incendiary, and Amanek, he's gone for the wraparound, he's gone for the rotate. G2 has spotted no Ivy presence, no T-Con, and no Pop Dog play, so they can only assume this is the B setup.
Oh, and Lucky going aggro there, catches Zeus. He's further off the angle, so he spots him. And now Na'Vi about to potentially walk into this stack. Lucky's gone back in for even more, and despite being flashed off the angle, that doesn't deter him. He might have wished it did. Sharks, the unknown factor, very close to this bomb site, and he's found a double. Suddenly it's only Flamey remaining. He has got aggressive, and they don't know that he's here, but the bomb's not planted for him. Shox is on it. Shox is sticking it, doesn't even have a kit. He might get the full 10-second defuse, and Flamey tries to get him off, but no. Jax was there to keep an eye on things. The G2 salvaging that round, back in with a fourth now.
And they get the double AWP as well, picked up off both bodies, so this money has been recovered wonderfully, Harry. We're seeing a similar situation to back on Nuke, if you remember on their, I think it was T-side, where they had a very weak buy into that second half. They had pistols, Na'Vi are about to reach 14, and then G2 win it. Off the back of that, they propel forward and actually take the map away from Na'Vi due to their economy being built. The same thing has just happened. That eco win has given the likes of G2 a hell of a lot of cash. And now back-to-back rounds with the double AWP saved. They are rolling in dough. Have Na'Vi got a response here? Bomb plant, so more money for them. Jax actually tagged up early, but he does get the kill to Flamey, trying to fast play that T-con. Jax now fighting Pop Dog as well. There's an AWP on the other side. This flash is going in. Nade will do good damage to Simple, but this is not a fight you want to take. Flash in. Great shot for Jax, considering he was low as well. That 1-for-1 is huge. The trade is there from Edward, but G2 are going to be sitting pretty in a 4-on-3.
Yeah, it feels like we're finally starting to see things click into place for this French CT side. Trapped on the other side of this smoke right now is Electronic down towards Ivy, so he's just got to give that up and start to rotate away. Na'Vi very split up across the map here, so they've got to try and group back up before they go for a play. 55 seconds left on the clock. So you've still got some time to play with, but it is fast ticking down. And with this setup from G2, you've got Shox and Kenny with these AWPs sat back in Ivy. This is going to be so frustrating to deal with. On the upside, they've been allowed to get out through main and slow peeking into the crosshair of Shox. This will be called and telegraphed now that these AWPs are set up. Bomb plant at least comes in, but Electronic and Zeus at a 2-on-4 to find. They certainly have a hard task ahead of them.
G2 though, caught off. Lucky does get the trade to Zeus, who looked like he knew where the second player was. Could have doubled down. Now that just leaves Electronic, but what a man to find in a 1-on-3. Molotov close. He knows two of these players' positions, but this Pop Dog peek could be a problem. He catches one, back turn to Pop Dog, and Amanek catches the timing. Good info for Electronic, but not enough to win the round. It is going to be picked up by G2, and both AWPs once again saved. Keeping on top of this economy and keeping on top of Na'Vi. This is a great start for Na'Vi in this map, but G2, like they always do, figure out the problems, get back into it, find 3 rounds of their own, and now look to equal up with Na'Vi, who do have another buy in their sleeve.
And now with the knowledge that this double AWP has come out from the side of G2, I'm curious how Na'Vi are going to play against it. This time you can see we've got Simple posted up watching for that B aggression. Amanek gets one down in Ivy.
And that's one thing G2 have been so great at doing, just disrupting the game plan of Na'Vi by finding opening kills. They may be going for one for one, which a lot of the time does favor Na'Vi, but taking key players out and disrupting setups. Most of all, getting information of where this bomb is and where Na'Vi initially are poised. Certainly throwing a spanner in the works for this Na'Vi T side.
Kenny about to get double peeked here. It's Simple, fast as ever on the other side of the equation, able to best him there in the head-to-head. So what was a 4-on-4 now gets converted to the man advantage in favor of Na'Vi, and setting up with a couple of players over here in main. Still with Edward above Pop Dog, could look to drop in and just split this A site. 1 from Ivy, 1 from Pop, 2 from main. That does look to be the call. A lot of this going to bank though on this this wrap, keeping these players towards the Ivy side. Jax will get into the bomb site, but he's somewhat here alone. He does have support from Lucky. But that might not matter. Edward able to deal with him, Simple in with another, and it's only Shox, the man who was legged earlier on by Simple, to try and clutch this out in the 1v3.
Oh, bit of an awkward one. No scopes coming through, and Shox won't follow up. He's now been cornered. They know exactly where he is. He's got to gamble with the no scopes. Not going to work out. Unfortunate position to be in, but Na'Vi find a 7th round here after a bit of a lull in the action on their T side. They keep it up. This is a very strong T side for Na'Vi, looking threatening. G2 have had a lot of answers, a lot of solutions here to the game plan from Na'Vi, but it's still looking damn good in this first half for the CIS side. And the money now from G2 starting to dwindle. They're down to pistols.
Yeah, we've seen these 4 spies find, mixed results in this series. Usually pretty proficient, though, in the G2 camp. So Na'Vi can't afford to take this one as a 1 round. Early rotations coming in from G2 toward B, and a lot of that going to come off the back of these footsteps that Jax is hearing. Na'Vi looking to try and speed things up against this partial investment from G2. They will walk into the B side stack, but it might not matter because it has been dismantled. Simple and Edward finding all the kills required. Electronic going to grace the scoreboard with another, and Amanek really can't do anything here. We are seeing a lights out performance from Simple and Edward alongside him. Both of them topping the charts over on Na'Vi. And that's kind of what it felt like we were lacking, perhaps, on the on the previous map of Nuke. Right? We had a great performance from Simple early. He kind of dropped off over in the second half, and Electronic had some shining moments. But now that we've got Edward, rising to the occasion here as well, this Na'Vi side is looking pretty deadly.
Na'Vi's money on the T side of Nuke was a bit of a problem because they couldn't string together rounds. So we never really had Simple on that AWP past the first 4. So yeah, now that he's at least armed with his favoured weapon, things are looking up for Natus Vincere. It is going to be another rifle round that will decide the half. We could see a 10-5 if Na'Vi pick it up because G2's cash will be broken. Edward peers down B, G2 get aggressive on Ivy, and they've got the deep smoke. No one watching it, but Electronic keeping his eye peeled. Setting up the flashes towards A. And Simple caring about a potential boost over the dumpster. It won't be the case. It will just be A-smokes here for Na'Vi. So towards a sandwich. Actually misses as well. Right in front of E-Box. Jax is going to be able to get aggressive, and he's taking down Flamey.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of these missed smokes as best he can, trying to use them to create these avenues for one-on-one fights. Na'Vi haven't been able to clear out Pop Dog either, so for all they know, there is a man in here. They would be right in that assumption. Jax on the other side of things. Ooh, shuts down the first. And somehow still alive. Electronic actually going to be the man to pick that kill up, despite Edward dropping down. And this wrap from Shox, it's getting a lot of information, but knowing that they've lost Pop Dog, they're still aware that this A play could look to come through.
Oh, there's the lurk. Edward spotted, but in the meantime, Na'Vi just barreled out towards B with 20 seconds. There was only one man here, and Simple found the first shot. It's Kenny to try and keep this alive. Aggressive is Simple, close up on these trains, and Kenny, what a flick to Electronic. Will he expect the second man? He does, but missed shot. Shoots too early, the AWP wasn't ready. We're now waiting for this wrap round from Edward, but he's retreated inside of the Pop Dog. He's now come back down towards the B halls. Simple needs assistance. Kenny is close up, and Simple won't realise down low. He's got to look, misses a no-scope, and Kenny's just got his knife out. Simple gets a shot. Edward closes out the last man, and there will be Na'Vi to find 9. Very messy in the retake there for the likes of G2. They find a couple of shots, but Na'Vi will be able to close it out once again. Great call to hit B in that 3-on-3, especially with Edward. Not only drawing the attention of Kenny, who was back in Old Bomb initially, but also Shox, who at one point when he wrapped through the spawn, he looked like he wanted to wrap through B, but instead taking the decision to check T-Con instead, look at Pop Dog, finds nothing from it, and Na'Vi get that B bomb site.
Yeah, pretty heartbreaking round for G2. Kenny was given a lot of opportunities to deal with Simple. They just couldn't quite find the shot. They've mustered together what they can in this round, the last of the half. Relying on the Augs between Jax and Shox to cover some of these longer range angles. And we will see Amanek, the first man, looking to get tested, although with Flamey still making noise in main. He's got the attention of these players, so Amanek is very much alone here down towards Ivy. As he finds Electronic, he will just peel off the angle, conceding this portion of the map for the time being, holding it now from the hold held position, and Simple flashing round. Amanek got to look away for a second, and that allows Zeus to find him. So back into this 4-on-4. The A play looking to come in. The split now from main leaves Shox's attention divided. He hasn't spotted anyone out yet. And Flamey is already deep within this bomb site, so he'll find Shox. Jax up in the heaven. Good for one. It's Zeus and Simple. They've been eroded down piece by piece, have Na'Vi. But they are trying to claw their way back into this. Simple now into the 1v1. Kenny on the other side, and Simple spots the feet, misses the shot. Kenny gets him, so a 6th round for G2. They salvage a recoverable half somewhat towards the end, but 9 rounds from Na'Vi sets them up nicely, moving into their CT half of their map pick. Looking to take us the distance, looking to take us all 3 maps are Na'Vi. Will we get there? Find out after the break.
(9-6) was the score on Na'Vi's T side of Train. A damn good beginning here to the second map of this series. G2, of course, back on Nuke. Their pick did find success just about with a 16-14 victory, but Na'Vi, they're not done here, Harry. They're looking to bring us to a 3rd map, and with such a dominant start on their T side, surely it's possible.
You certainly feel that way, and I think Betway's agreeing with you, Hugo. The odds leaning in favor of Na'Vi. We saw coming into this map, they were split right down the middle. So, folks at home, they're going to be leaning to this three-mapper. Electronic. Ooh, Edward in with another. These kills going left and right, but it's G2 emerging victorious in the pistol. Very fast, very back and forth. Caught me a bit off guard there, and it will be them now looking to tie things up if they can. That's certainly the first step in the right direction.
Yeah, 1 down, 9 to go, but long road to recovery here on the T side for G2. Be quite a feat if we saw them manage to top this group with a 2-0 over Na'Vi. Team have looked very, very good as of late, and G2 really impressed us so far in the Pro League, taking a win yesterday versus Fnatic, and now looking to add another sculpt to the cabinet. Better than trophies, in my opinion. Lucky, fast B play. Zeus is on the other side, but only 1-for-1 will favour the likes of G2, who are now all over this site. Long range Mac 10 doesn't matter for Amanek, and then Bolotov even finds Simple on the rotate. Kenny getting some damage off to assist that. Edward won't be able to do anything from the connector, and Electronics grab the scout as well, but his days are limited, and Kenny shutting it down with 2 on top of Amanek's 3-piece. Nice clean anti-force by there for G2. Another eco for Na'Vi, and this should give G2 a 9-9 scoreline.
Yeah, the decision to force there from Na'Vi could come back to hurt them, at least in the immediate future. In fact, it almost certainly will. They've got a few nades in this round. So we can see a nade stack employed, and it's looking like it's going to be in it to main. Oh. Ouch. A little bit mistimed there. They could have dealt with shocks. Trying to spread them out somewhat so that, you know, if you have players pushing in late from the side of G2. But Shocks is already so deep, he will get dropped by Flamey. Rest of the squad here, though, to follow up behind him. He was just a scout for the rest of the team. Lucky looking to mop this round up.
And with quick effect as well, G2's rifles finding all the kills here past Shock's 1 opener. And Simple's on the long rotate background, trying to flank T-Con. Amanek's currently watching it, and he should be for the rest of this round as G2 get the bomb plant. Simple, it's all on damage here. If he can take a couple of guns away, whittle away at this economy of the CT side, can help Na'Vi in the long run. They will have a buy in the follow-up as well. We're going to have that AWP for Simple, most notably. And every kill he gets here is still going to add his money to utility. So let's see what he can do. Might catch these players actually leaving. It looks like he's saving. G2 might not expect him to come in this late, but Kenny getting the cross off and Amanek spamming back. Simple won't get given the satisfaction of this fight. Kenny, probably not worth it, buddy. And he realizes it. G2 down Ivy, and will Simple be aware that they're this close? Probably not.
And now we get our best indication of exactly how this second half could shape up. The first buy round from Na'Vi will feature the AWP over on Simple. There won't be one over in the hands of Kenny, who could afford it, but with 5 players staying alive in the round prior, they're just going to play the bonus here. It's not even really a bonus, is it? Just a full buy.
With a Galil.
Yeah.
Wow.
But how much bonus is there in a round for it to be a bonus round? I don't know. Who quantifies these things? Simple. Already brought down to 11 points of health on the ramp as he gets dinked in through the wall, trying to set up to deny this fast B play. His presence there won't go unnoticed by G2, who have slowed down, but they're happy getting some damage off onto that AWP of Na'Vi.
Look at this rotate as well. Na'Vi going for a triple B setup. Simple's watching upper with the AWP. Very dedicated considering G2 have shown nothing but this one early B player. And now be taking Ivy as well. And Na'Vi can't watch this. They've got to concede this position completely. No one's even got their attention on it. This is potentially going to get dangerous here for Na'Vi, who are allowing G2 to push into the backline and even split this B bomb site if need be. Edward out by the E-box, and Jax has found a timing into Olaf. Na'Vi taking the pop dog. Smoke at the 45-second mark will keep G2 scrambling for kills here on the CT side. Still, this triple stack for Na'Vi off the back of no info. They could come to regret this, but G2 don't realize, so they're not barreling into this bomb site anytime soon. Electronic with a very important position. He'll make first contact, but Kenny's taking down his teammate in the pop dog. Electronic dropping the bomb, 28 seconds. This could get hairy. The rotates are in for Na'Vi, and they come through the connector. Jackson another opener, but Simple on just 11 points of health will take him down. This bomb yet to be picked up, and with 15 seconds left up, G2 need to grab it now.
And they're still so worried about this AWP over in connector. Shox has just missed the bomb. Able to retrieve it. It's going to go down with milliseconds to spare. Simple, if he lands this shot, the round is done. And that is it. It's all over. Na'Vi snatch it away.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, that's a weird one for G2. Not that they can have the info that Na'Vi don't have, you know, anyone on that A site really with only the double setup, but they were being given so much Ivy control. You'd think they could just time the split and burst out onto that A bomb site, but leaving it far too late, and Simple's rotate through the connector saves the day there for Na'Vi. They take double digits first. G2, no longer bonus round though, Harry, hey? They've got the AWP and no more Galils. M4 and 4 AKs, or 3 AKs rather, as we get into this. Kenny, yes, he's got a big couple of shoes to fill. Simple spots the jump. That's info that there's 2 Ivy. He's going to get double peeked. Flash, smoke rather. Molotov to the left side. That will keep him back. He throws off a smoke. Ivy totally fine with giving this Ivy control away. G2 not going to abuse that. Amanek will just hold on to it as they pressure this B bomb site, trying to force out the Molotovs from the Na'Vi side of things, but they won't fall for it. Flamey and Zeus hold on to theirs. Good nade over the top side of the halls. Lands on Zeus on top of Grey Train. Still Amanek pressuring this Ivy, but Na'Vi aren't biting. Electronic gets caught in the timing, throwing the Molotov. They get ahead of it, and the entry kill behind it. Simple with a quick trade right back, and now pivoting on the Ivy. His T-Con's open, and his Pop Dog's going to be gone as well, as Lucky finds another opening kill. Simple's left with 3 spots to watch.
3 spots to watch, and they're all around him. He's in hot water, but Flamey now given some time to get into the bomb site. Still dropped, and Simple been doing a good job of dodging these players, rather. Zeus able to trade this out, and it's down to the close 1v1. He even spots Amanek, and on the bomb train, Amanek able to find the shot. Zeus falls in a 10th round for G2. Very back and forth, right down to the wire. But they are able to tie this one up nonetheless.
And a reset onto Na'Vi's money as well, right after their first rifle round win. So Na'Vi are going to be scrambling for cash here, Harry, as we hit the 10-10. Yeah, pistols. A bit of utility on Electronic, but Na'Vi having to give away a likely 11th here to G2. Looking to take the lead on their T side. If they could pull this back after a 6-round CT side, that would be phenomenal. They're certainly starting to do it, Harry. But we ask the same questions back on Nuke, at least for the Na'Vi side of things, who look like they had the game of the bag, only for it to fall apart at the latter stages. G2 setting up for this B play here. Amanek trying to push into main, but Edwards on the other side, and with Electronic playing close as well, this is quite the setup for Na'Vi. The issue is this B play is not going to have much to defend it. Zeus has got to go huge, and that is exactly what Na'Vi need.
Ooh, and Simple here with the Deagle, able to extend that man advantage back in favor of Na'Vi. He goes bounding over Electronic there. And oh no, it was only pistols in this round. Zeus finding a double somehow, some way might be enough, as Shox now alone. There is no armor on the other side of things, but the timing. He holds for that peak for a good 15 seconds before he looks away. And the second he does,
triple peaked.
Yeah, not just 1, not 2, but 3 players peak from that position.
That's 3 times 1, Harry. That's a lot of 1. And Na'Vi, they're going to win it with pistols, with nothing. No armor, no utility, but they get it done. And what a round to win. It's broken G2's money, who will, of course, just be forcing back to try and do the same, but easier said than done when Na'Vi have the AWP and all these orgs. G2 with a good bit of utility, but In terms of taking the gunfights here, unless they're going for a fast B play, they're going to struggle with range. Simple, he's got range, he's got the AWP, but he's not going to hit the first 2 opening shots. Molotov's come in to try and keep him contained on this position. He'll just give it up.
Flamey's keen though. They do get out through Ivy, but not at some great cost. It is just Kenny left standing. He's been able to grab an M4, so maybe he can look to try and do some damage here, but not much is really presenting itself from Na'Vi. It will continue building upon this lead as they go 12-10 up, and a tactical pause called in from the G2 camp. No money for them here as a result of that decision to force buy in that round there.
Yeah, despite being in the lead, still not exactly cleanest comms, but that's what we know and love Na'Vi for. 12-10. That eco win has really just made this game for Na'Vi. I think, if anything, there's a very good chance G2 could have 2-0'd this series until that point. Now they're going to have to dig deep in this tactical pause, because no money for the T side. They forced it all up in the previous. They've got an eco 1. They should be 13-10 before we even see the AWP back in Kenny's hands. It's a scary scoreline to be fighting back from, especially on the T side of Train. 6 going to be needed to Na'Vi's 4. Nothing here. PT50's in a dig. Flamey's actually taking the AWP over Simple as well.
That's what I was going to say. Interesting decision is...
The reason being is because he's fighting Ivy, and Simple's been missing shots down this position, so maybe not feeling confident to try and duel on Ivy. He's just taking the AWP to be up and getting aggressive with Zeus. This 1-2 combo of the captain and the fragger, but the captain's become the fragger. Zeus with 4. And that is the B shutdown that Na'Vi will not complain about.
And Zeus, he's hungry for the ace. Obviously, Edward doesn't let him have it. But 13-10. That man on your screen, Zeus, he's having a pretty good time of things right now. A little stat pad round, can't complain if you're Zeus. I'm curious if we're going to see Simple back on the AWP again, or if it will be Flamey keeping it. No, he's been handed it back this round. So just giving him the AWP there to facilitate that B play with Zeus. They're going to try and do it once again, this time with Simple watching from afar, and this AWP devastating in this position. He'll get Molotov'd off. Elects to smoke it, but Kenny is on the other side, so he's not going to go much further than that. Edward, in the meantime, has gained so much ground over here in main, even spots that there's no one holding for it. So at this point, you're likely going to see a heavy B-side rotation from Na'Vi. They haven't spotted anyone, but instead, they're looking like they're reading into this, perhaps the Ivy play. That might come back to hurt them. Kenny and Lucky, they've opened up B. It's all covered up G2 right now. And Na'Vi just got to back off.
Yeah, nothing you could do about that. As you said, the hesitation in rotation for Na'Vi, it cost them the round. They focused on Ivy, and G2 find 2 immediate entry kills. Simple will get one on the exit. Jax trying to jiggle peek, but even a jiggle is enough for Simple to react. G2, 11 rounds on the T side. A crucial rifle round that they very much needed taken away. And no armor on the AWP either, and they still get it done. So that's going to be great for Kenny, who can reinvest in that. Na'Vi, of course, keeping 3 alive, is going to maintain the CT economy that is currently fine, but can dwindle very quickly, especially when you're buying up those AWPs, all that utility, with a little argument going between Na'Vi, between Flamey and Simple AWPing. Maybe we'll see double AWP, especially with the fact that they're neglecting to retake these rounds. Try and lock down the bomb sites with them, rather, but let's see if they opt to go for that. Flamey's having a rough one here. 7 kills on the side of Na'Vi. Simple sits on 30.
Yeah, it's been a great showing from him this round. Ooh, Simple and Electronic kick-starting things. The trade's going left and right. The peak's just trickling through from G2, and now it's Shox and Lucky throwing into the hot seat. They've got 1 minute and 30 on the clock, so all the time in the world, but no kills are presenting themselves in favor of the French. So now it all falls onto the back of Shox. What can you even do against that? He'll fall to Edward. A 14th round out for Na'Vi. Back in the saddle. Yeah, straight back on the horse, as they say, Hugo. Do you own a horse?
No, I don't own a horse. Why would I own a horse?
I know, you just seem like the kind of guy.
I hate horses.
Really?
One of the most overrated animals around.
Horses are overrated.
Yeah.
They were literally cars before they were cars.
I guess they were kind of useful. But
they were
now,
nature's car.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can give you that. Horses used to be cool. Let's go with that.
Yeah?
Now it's just, you know, middle-aged women riding them round. I'm not gonna. I'm just describing my mum at this point, aren't I? No.
Does she have a horse?
No.
Not yet.
Used to.
Used to.
Yeah.
Now you just have lots of
horse meat.
Well, okay.
Lots of lasagna.
Lots of. That's awful. Of course.
What would you know, Harry? You're a veggie.
Yeah.
You can't appreciate true culinary concoctions.
That's your argument. Okay, that's brilliant. I'll give you that.
Back into it.
Yes, 14-11 and Na'Vi looking to make horse meat out of G2, but it might not matter because Jax in with the opener. Flamey gets the response, and Na'Vi have been so good at getting these trades. Anytime G2 take an edge, there's an immediate response of not just one. Usually it actually turns back in favor of Na'Vi. It feels like they haven't even needed to find that first man. And now the Ivy play looking to come through. It is the force buy from G2 in this round, by the way. Not looking to play for overtime. They put a lot of stake in this force, finding something, and it finds nothing. Na'Vi, map point. And looking to take us the distance.
G2 are getting wrecked by this Ivy presence. Since we've seen Simple stop fighting it with the AWP, Flamey has just been hiding, playing one side or the other, waiting for contact. G2, in multiple rounds, have just walked up Ivy and just gambled, just taking that 50-50, checking one side and not the other. No flashes, no smokes, no Molotovs, nothing. And you're just giving Na'Vi kills at this point. You're feeding Flamey. He was on 7, now he's on 11. This guy's picking it up. And this is getting harder for G2 by the second. 1 AK, 3 pistols with an SMG, and Na'Vi looking to close out this map without too much trouble. Simple, he'll take it into his own. First kill and the tag onto Lucky, shutting this one down. Zeus is getting aggressive. He fears no one. He fears nothing. Looking for another quad kill. He gets one, spraying away, but the trade is there for Amanek. Kenny's low. Simple's back in this position. Great entry by Kenny, but surely it's not enough for G2.
3-on-3 to try and deny a third map. Edward looking to try and take us there, though. Shox and Amanek remain. They've lost Kenny. Shox has to win some of these fights, and while he does get the first man, it now all falls onto Amanek. He'll even get Molotoved off to make matters worse, flashing and smoking down through it. Cool. Oh, it's very horrible. Just so much stuff raining in to keep him away. The bullets, the nades. He's still able to retrieve the bomb, and the smoke is still there, so Na'Vi don't spot that until it fades. It will now fade, and that now facilitates his rotate from Electronic back towards the A side of things. Amanek is going to be hard-pressed to find much. He will gain some ground initially. The second he starts tapping on this bomb, Electronic is nearby and could just look to move in to instantly deny it, not even let Amanek get into a post plant, and that will be the decision. Na'Vi picking up the win here on Train, and a convincing one at that. Of course, we saw Nuke go the full 30 rounds. G2 just barely able to claim the victory. No such struggles for Na'Vi on their map pick as they take us through to a third. A massive series from Simple, and towards the end, all the pieces of the puzzle really falling into place. Third map, we're set for a belter. We're heading there. We'll be back with the desk and map number 3 after the break.